Welcome to Dreamy Tales, a place where gentle, relaxing stories will guide you into a deep sleep. On this channel, we'll be sharing soothing stories to help you unwind and forget the worries of the day. If you enjoy these peaceful moments, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you won't miss any of our bedtime tales. Let's create a space of relaxation together each night. Now, before we dive into tonight's story, let's take a few moments to relax your body and mind. Find a comfortable spot to sit or lie down. Gently close your eyes and take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, feeling the fresh air filling your lungs, and slowly exhale, letting the tension in your body gradually melt away. Repeat this 3 more times. With each breath, feel yourself becoming more relaxed and ready to enter the magical world of stories. Now, loosen your shoulders, gently massage your face, and release any remaining tension. Pay attention to any areas in your body that still feel tight, maybe in your neck, back, or legs, and gently let them relax. Next, we'll do a short guided visualization. Imagine yourself in a beautiful garden under the night sky, with the soft moonlight shining down. You can hear the rustling of leaves in the breeze, the sound of water flowing gently in the distance. Feel the cool breeze brushing against your face. Now that your body and mind are relaxed, let's step into tonight's story. But before we begin, remind yourself that you deserve these moments of relaxation, and let go of all worries as you listen to each word. And now, as you are fully relaxed, let's begin our journey into tonight's tale. Allow my words to guide you into a world of dreams and serenity. Relax and listen slowly. Picture yourself nestlet in a cozy nook, a soft quilt draped over your knees, the glow of moonlight spilling through a window like a gentle hug from the night. The air is calm, carrying the faintest scent of lavender. And as you let your breath slow, a story begins to unfold. A tale woven to cradle your heart, ease your worries, and guide you toward a peaceful slumber. This is Whispers of the Moonlit Quilt, a journey crafted with warmth, wonder, and a touch of magic. So, settle in, my friend. Let your mind drift, and let's step into a world where every stitch tells a story. Our tale begins with a young girl named Elowen, whose name means elm tree, in a language as old as the hills she calls home. Elowen is the kind of soul who feels like a warm cup of tea on a chilly day. Her eyes, a soft hazel that shifts with the light, hold a quiet curiosity, like she's always listening for secrets in the wind. Her hair, a tumble of auburn curls, is often tied back with a ribbon her grandmother gave her, and her smile, oh, it's like sunlight breaking through clouds, simple but radiant. Elowen has a gift. Her hands, small but steady, seem to know just how to thread a needle, as if the act of sewing is a song she was born to sing. Elowen lives in a place called Silverhollow, a gentle valley, cradled by rolling hills and silver-barked trees that glow faintly under the moon. Silverhollow is a place of warmth and tradition, where cottages are tucked among wildflower meadows, and the air hums with the rhythm of looms and laughter. The people here are quilters, their hands crafting blankets that tell stories of love, of loss, of dreams passed down through generations. These quilts are more than fabric. their memories, woven with threads that shimmer like moonlight, binding families and the valley itself. Aloan shares a cottage with her grandmother, Maris, whose hands are as skilled as her stories are enchanting. Maris's quilts are legendary, each one a tapestry of tales, their patterns glowing softly when the moon rises. There's also Eloan's cousin, Tobin, a lanky boy with a quick laugh and a knack for finding the best hiding spots in the hills. And then there's Lila, a tiny, curious girl from the village, who follows Eloan like a shadow, her pockets always full of shiny pebbles she calls moonstones. Together, they're a family, bound by love, and the quiet magic of Silverhollow. But the valley is changing. The silver trees are dimming, their glow fading, and the meadows bloom less brightly. Maris says it's because the Moonlit quilt, a legendary blanket that holds Silverhollow's stories, is unraveling. Long ago, the quilters wove the quilt to keep the valley's heart alive, its threads singing with the tales of every family. But as time passed, fewer remembered the old stories, and a shadow, called the Fading, began to creep through the valley, unraveling threads and dimming lights. Aloan feels it too, a quiet ache in her chest, like a story she's forgotten how to tell. Aloan carries a special treasure, a small silver thimble etched with stars, a gift from her parents, who were master quilters lost to a journey when she was young. Maris says they left it for her, a piece of their love to guide her. Aloan calls it her star thimble, and it's her comfort, warming her fingers when she sews, whispering memories of hands she can't quite recall. Every night, she holds it close and murmurs, "Show me the way," hoping it holds the key to her parents' fate and Silverhollow's. One moonlit evening, as the valley hums with crickets and the air smells of honeysuckle, Aloan sits by the cottage hearth, her star thimble gleaming in her hand. Maris is quilting nearby, her needle dancing, while Tobin whittles a wooden bird, and Lila sorts her moonstones. Aloan is mending a small blanket, her stitches steady, when something extraordinary happens. The star thimble pulses, and the quilt in her lap shimmers, revealing a pattern she's never seen, a constellation of stars woven in silver thread, its light calling to her. It's there for only a moment before it fades, but Aloan's heart leaps. This is no ordinary pattern. This is the beginning of something magical. Let's pause here, my friend, and let the moonlight of Silverhollow wrap around us. Can you feel it? That spark of wonder, that gentle tug of a story unfolding. Aloan feels it too, and it's pulling her toward a mystery older than the hills. Her life in the valley, with its quiet joys and quiet sorrows, is about to change. As we follow her, I want you to imagine yourself curled up under a quilt, the stars above whispering your name, the night cradling you in peace. Silverhollow is alive, and its stories are here to soothe your soul, to remind you that even in the softest shadows, there's light waiting to be found. Days pass, but Aloan can't forget the starry pattern. She sketches it in a notebook, her pencil tracing lines that seem to hum with life. Tobin catches her at it and teases, "Drawing your moon castle again. When?" Aloan laughs, tossing a spool of thread at him, but his jest holds truth. The pattern feels like a memory she's meant to reclaim, a story she's destined to tell. She shows it to Maris, whose eyes, wise and weathered, soften with recognition. "That's the heart of the Moonlit quilt," she says, her voice like a lullaby. "It's the source of Silverhollow's stories, hidden when the fading began. Your star thimble, Alawan. It's a thread of that quilt, a key to finding it." Maris's words light a fire in Alawan's heart. "The heart of the Moonlit quilt," she explains, "is a blanket that holds the valley's magic. Its stitches woven with every tale ever told in Silverhollow. But the fading, a shadow born of forgotten stories, has hidden it, scattering its threads across the valley. Alawan's star thimble is one of those threads, and it's calling her to reunite them. She feels a mix of awe and nerves. She's a quilter, yes, but only a young one, more used to patching small blankets than saving valleys. But Maris's faith, Tobin's grin, and Lila's eager hugs give her courage. The family sets out, their cart pulled by a gentle mule named Clover, guided by the star thimble's glow. Silverhollow shifts around them, paths blooming with wildflowers one moment, turning to silver dust the next. By dusk, they reach the Whispering Grove, a forest where trees shimmer with moonlight, their leaves rustling with faint stories. The air hums with whispers, fragments of the quilt's tales. Here, the star thimble blazes, and a path opens to a clearing where a figure waits, a quilter named Selene, her form woven from moonlight and thread, her voice a melody that soothes Alawan's every worry. Selene explains that the fading has trapped the quilt's threads in realms of shadow, dimming Silverhollow. The star thimble is one of 5 threads, scattered across the valley, needed to restore the heart. Alawan, as a quilter, is chosen to find them, to stitch the moonlit quilt back into the valley's soul. It's a daunting task, but Selene's kindness and her family's support bolster Alawan. She agrees to help, her heart stitching with purpose. "Let's rest here, my friend, and let the glow of the Whispering Grove cradle us." Alawan's found the heart of Silverhollow's stories, but her journey is just beginning. The quilt's threads are a challenge, a promise, and a song, and Alawan's hands are the key to weaving them free. As we dive into the next part of her story, I want you to feel the valley's warmth, to let go of the day's weight, and drift with Alawan toward what's next. The moonlight is kind, and its whispers are here to guide you to peace. Alawan stands in the Whispering Grove, Selene's light pulsing like a heartbeat. The family's cart is parked nearby, Clover munching contentedly, while Tobin juggles moonstones to make Lila giggle. Maris watches Alawan with quiet pride, her hands folded over her latest quilt. The star thimble hums in Alawan's fingers, its glow a beacon in the moonlight. Selene explains that the quilt's threads are hidden in places where Silverhollow's stories are strongest, realms woven from memory and love, guarded by the fading's shadows. The first thread lies in the Silver Meadow, a field where wildflowers bloom with tales in their petals. The journey is gentle but winding, the valley's paths shifting like dreams. The family moves as one, their laughter and stories a shield against the fading. When they reach the meadow, the air shimmers with fragrance, but the flowers' tales are faint, choked by shadows that coil like mist. Celine appears, her form fainter here, and warns that the fading is strong, its shadows born of stories abandoned in sorrow. Alawan steps into the meadow, the star thimble guiding her to a glowing thread, a silver strand that pulses with memory. But a shadow beast rises, its form a tangle of unraveled tales, its voice hissing doubts. You're no quilter of the moonlit quilt. You'll fail, like your parents. Alawan's heart stumbles, the pain of her parents' loss sharp. But Leela's voice calls. You're our Wen, and Tobin's whistle cuts through the gloom. Alawan clutches the star thimble, its light flaring, and begins to sew. A stitch of a meadow that bloomed through winter, of a family that never stopped loving. Her hands weave with the flowers' tales, and the shadow beast dissolves. The thread hers. Back at the cart, the family celebrates, the meadow's tales brighter. But the fading grows bolder, its shadows creeping closer. Celine says the next thread is in the moonlit hollow, a glade where trees hold memories in their bark. The journey tests Alawan's resolve. The hollow is a maze, its paths shifting, its shadows mimicking her parents' voices. Alawan's grief surfaces, but Maris's stories of her parents' love anchor her. With Tobin's courage and Lila's light, Alawan finds the second thread, sewing a stitch of joy that vanishes the shadows. Each thread strengthens Alawan, but the fading is relentless. Celine warns that the final thread lies in the heart of the moonlit quilt, where the blanket itself is trapped. It's a realm of pure story, where the fading is strongest. Alawan's heart aches, but she thinks of Silverhollow, of Maris's wisdom, of her family's unbreakable bond. She's not just quilting for herself, she's quilting for everyone she loves. As they rest, Tobin carves a tiny star for Lila, who declares it the best moonstone ever. And Alawan laughs, the sound easing her fears. The grove's light wraps them, and for a moment, the fading feels far away. But the heart of the moonlit quilt waits, and Alawan knows it will test her in ways she can't yet imagine. Let's linger here, my friend, and let the family's moonlight hold us close. Alawan's hands are growing steadier, aren't they? They're not loud, but true, like a stitch that holds a family together. She's facing shadows, weaving tales, and finding her place in Silverhollow's story. As we move toward the end of her tale, I want you to carry that warmth with you, to let it soothe your heart and guide you to peace. Let's dive back in, ready to see where Alawan's journey leads. Alawan and her family stand before the heart of the moonlit quilt, a shimmering blanket where Silverhollow's stories converge. The cart rests in a meadow, the silver trees above blazing brighter with each thread Alawan's claimed. Celine's form is faint, her voice a whisper, but her faith in Alawan is unshakable. The heart is the source of the valley's magic, where the quilt's stories live, its threads trapped by the fading. To free it, Alawan must find the final thread and stitch the greatest tale of all, one that binds Silverhollow's past, present, and future. Celine shows Alawan glimpses of the quilt's history, stories of joy, sorrow, and hope that shaped the valley. Alawan sees quilters sewing under moonlight, their tales giving life to trees and meadows. She sees the fading's rise, born of stories forgotten in fear. She wonders if her parents faced this heart, if their loss is part of this story. The thought strengthens her. She's quilting for them, for her family, for every soul the fading has touched. The heart of the Moonlit quilt is a realm of pure story, where the air is thick with whispers and the ground pulses with memory. Shadows form a labyrinth, their forms woven from every tale the fading has claimed. At the center is the final thread, guarded by a shadow beast vast as a storm, its voice a chorus of despair. Your stitches are nothing, the fading will take all. Alawan's heart quakes, memories of her parents' absence raw, but Maris's voice echoes in her mind. Tobin's hand steadies hers, and Lila's giggle lights the gloom. Elowen begins to sew, her hands steady, stitching a tale of a family that shone through darkness, of a valley that remembered its heart. The star thimble blazes, the threads light merging, and the shadows falter. The heart of the Moonlit quilt blazes, its blanket radiant, its stories a symphony. The fading dissolves, Silverhollow reborn. Trees glow, meadows bloom, moonlight shines. Selena reveals a final truth. Alawan's parents didn't abandon her. They were quilters, too, seeking the quilt's threads, their love woven into the star thimble. They're gone, but their story lives in Alawan, in every stitch she sews. The family returns to the cottage, the valley vibrant and whole. Maris names Elowen a guardian of the quilt. Lila declares her the best quilter ever, and Tobin carves a starry quilt pattern into the cottage door. And so, my friend, our tale settles, like moonlight on a quiet valley. Alawan's journey wasn't just about saving Silverhollow. It was about finding her hands, her family, her home. The whispers of the Moonlit quilt live on, their stories a gift to us all. As you drift tonight, imagine the star thimble glowing softly, its warmth holding your dreams. Sleep well, dream deeply, and let Silverhollow's light carry you to peace.